A record low for the reach of petrodollars, CIA and FDD fake news with selective Al Qaeda docs, RE Iran can't whitewash the role of US allies in 9/11, tweeted Iranian Foreign Affairs Minister Javad Zarif. This was Zarif's denouncement of the recently released CIA files, which were once in possession of the former Al Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden. The files in question, according to the Foundation for Defense of Democracies (FDD), who were allowed to see the cache before it was made public, said the files shed light on the murky relationship between the Sunni extremist group and Shiite Iran. Zarif was not the only one to dismiss the claims contained within these files. Iranian Foreign Minister spokesman Bahram Qasimi also denied Iran's alleged connection with Al Qaeda and labelled the files as an empty media whirlwind by the US Central Intelligence Agency. The Fars news agency, who are close to Iranian conservatives, claimed the selective publication of documents by the CIA related to Al Qaeda was part of the efforts to put pressure on Iran. However, one must ask themselves what is selective about releasing over 470,000 files. Iran always denies any connection or relationship with Al Qaeda, but is this the truth? Iran-Al Qaeda links are nothing new. Ties between the two groups have been noticed since the early 1990s, when Hassan al-Turabi, leader of Sudan's National Islamic Front, encouraged Sunni-Shiite reconciliation in order to defeat the common enemy, namely America and its allies. According to the US court records for the 1998 US embassy bombings, Sheikh Nomani, an emissary of Iran, met with Al Qaeda leadership and had access to the highest echelons of power in Tehran. As a result, Iran and Al Qaeda reached an informal agreement to cooperate with Iran, providing critical explosives, intelligence and security training to bin Laden's organization. The 9/11 Commission determined that discussions in Sudan between Al Qaeda and Iranian operatives led to an informal agreement to cooperate in, but actions carried out primarily against Israel and the United States. The 9/11 Commission report also has a section devoted entirely to investigating ties between Iran and Al Qaeda entitled Assistance from Hezbollah and Iran to Al Qaeda. The 9/11 Commission's chapter Assistance from Hezbollah and Iran to Al Qaeda documents Iran's facilitation of transit for Al Qaeda members to its territory from 2000 to 2001. After listing various examples, the report states, in sum, there is strong evidence that Iran facilitated the transit of Al Qaeda members into and out of Afghanistan before 9/11, and some of these were future 9/11 hijackers. There is also circumstantial evidence that senior Hezbollah operatives were closely tracking travel of some of these future muscle hijackers into Iran in November 2000. Further investigation has indeed revealed evidence suggesting Iran and Hezbollah were aware of the planning of 9/11. According to the New York Times, two defectors from Iran's intelligence service have testified that Iranian officials had foreknowledge of the 9/11 attacks, and one of the defectors also claimed that Iran was involved in planning the attacks. These are merely a few examples of Iran's past dealings with Al Qaeda, and with newly publicly released files from the Abbottabad compound, new insights into their relationship have been revealed. So while Iranian officials continue to deny connections with Al Qaeda, more and more evidence is found to suggest otherwise.